One is asking from New Dal, saying that it's less likely to have predictions and hypotheses when doing qualitative research. What are the reasons?
One of the reasons, well, that's probably something you'll be able to tell them more about after I go on
qualitative.
Because you're that's your expertise, isn't it? Qualitative.
Yes.
Because I might, you know, I could attempt to answer the question and say some silly things, but you know, my understanding of qualitative, you know, well, one context in which, and I'm not saying this is always the case, but it can be quite often, well, often enough, a situation where you start off with a qualitative study to better understand an area that is either, you know, there aren't any quantitative data, or it's just a better, it's deemed to be a better approach to do it qualitatively. And you know, probably one of the most common things you do in qualitative research is interview people and, you know, ask them, you know, direct but not leading questions that allow you to understand better insights around the research question that you've set. And so, you know, it's very exploratory. I think you know, my understanding of or appreciation of qualitative research is it's far more exploratory than what quantitative research tends to be, and what quantitative research wants to be. So you might often start with a qualitative piece of research to get a broad understanding of a field directly from key actors or key agents, and then that might then lead you to synthesize down to more specific issues that you can then think, all right, I'll devise a questionnaire, for example, and then that can translate into a quantitative study, and maybe then you might be more willing, if there's some theory to guide what you might expect to find in that follow-up questionnaire. So that's sort of my best attempt at midnight to answer that question. But I think Ben, I'm sure you'll do a much better job later on when I've gone to bed.
Yeah, I will elaborate a bit more once you're gone. Yeah, I can answer this. Okay, and you don't really need to go into details, but one asking about how you can use this template for a project that involve multiple studies and different procedures. I will know a short answer to this, but
yeah, well,
let's
the
hear
short
from you
answer.
first.
Yeah, the short answer is, well, let me tell you what. So I have seen students in the situation you just described, where they take on the amazing challenge of trying to do it all in one go, in one template. And sometimes it works. Sometimes I go, wow, that's just amazing how you've, because the problem is there's just so many things you've got to try and squeeze in. To me, that's just not needed. You know, if you're doing a thesis where there are 3 related studies, then do 3 pictures. It's as simple as that, and just break it down into what will work as a standalone piece. And you know, so if it's 3, you have 3 of them. Then you might sit back, you know, we would then require you to sit back once you've done the 3 to say, okay, do they work as a package? If you do 3 separately and then move from there.
Yeah, I think that's a short answer, and that's very